Today we're going to be building the Lego loop coaster. The 3,756 pieces that this set comes with are divided among 15 different building stages. You also get some additional bags that are full of the track elements and also some large plates in light gray and also green. Lots of new track elements. Pretty cool looking sticker sheet here that comes with lots of cool stickers on it. They really do doll up the entrance of the ride. The instruction manual is 18 plus style, black background. The roller coaster pops up there within the first couple pages. We've got the history of the fairground collection, things like the carousel, the older roller coaster, the haunted house, stuff like that. We can also learn a little bit more about the loop coaster, see some of the minifigs, and also learn about the design team as well. Bags 1 through 15. Looks like bags 1 we're starting with the minifigures and all of the accessories. Interesting way to start the model for sure. The instruction manual has 672 steps and 444 pages in the manual. Of course, there's some information in the back there about what parts come with it and how to operate the roller coaster as well. You can also power this thing up here. I do have some power functions that I'm going to test in my review. But of course, we're going to build this thing and we're going to test it out in this video as well. And I love the image on the back of the manual. So starting with the build, of course, we're going to start with bag number 1. This is where we actually build the majority of our minifigures. I was sort of surprised by this because why would we start with the minifigures? There's nowhere to put them. Also, why would we start with like the hot dog cart and the balloon cart? Because there's not really anywhere to put them. And then why would we build the little cart for the roller coaster? Because now this stuff's just on the desk and there's not really anywhere to put it, right? So I thought that was sort of strange that we would start with that. Just because this thing obviously is going to get pretty big. So I really don't need this clutter on my desk right now, but it is what it is. So we start with the smaller half. It's about 16 studs deep and about 1 base plate wide. And then we start constructing some of the blue upright beams that'll go on that base there, and actually start installing some of our track as well, which is pretty cool. Everything gets clipped into place, and it's not built on an actual base plate. It's built on like the standard Lego plates, the larger plates, so you can actually adapt studs onto the bottom and top of it. So it locks everything in nicely, and then you actually marry the 2 halves that we just built there. So pretty quickly it comes together as one big solid base. There is a little bit of repetition in this build here. Obviously we have to create our upright beams and also our cross beams that sort of lock everything together. So there is a little bit of repetition in regards to that because we have to build a solid foundation. So there is a little bit of repetition, but I do love the color of the light bright orange, I believe it is. That's the almost yellow looking track there. I believe light bright orange is the color classification for that. And also the dark blue. It looks so good. It reminds me of the passenger train color. You know what I mean? The blue and yellow passenger train in the Lego City lineup. So this thing gets big, and it gets big quick. You can see us installing the loops there. We keep having to change the camera angle because obviously capturing such a tall piece can become challenging. Now we're gonna build like this massive ladder, and this ladder is the part that's going to support the large upright elevator. So we're building this massive ladder, and we're not really gonna attach it to the base until we have this ladder completely constructed. It was a bit repetitious, and the build was actually a little bit challenging because you really had to keep an eye on where you were in the instruction manual because this ladder was like sort of repetitive. So if you like took your eye off the instruction manual, you'd be like, oh no, did I already do this? Did I not do this? Oh, this is longer than that one. Oh my gosh, I made a mistake. So you have to keep an eye on where you were because you just didn't want to get things misaligned. I did a couple times, but overall the build went pretty smoothly and everything sort of went nicely for sure. And there's lots of good uses of different track elements that we've never really seen before. I'm pretty sure there's lots of new track elements that are introduced in this set here. This thing gets super tall, so we've got to change the angle again to make sure that we can capture the whole roller coaster in the shot. It's pretty impressive. You can see that upright ladder that we were building is now attached to the roller coaster. It's got the word loop going down. That was a fun little lettering build to do. I really enjoyed that. And then once we got it upright and everything was ready to go, it's time to build the actual chain that goes in the elevator. There are a lot of chain links in this thing here. Over 250 chain links coming together. I believe it was 222 of the small ones and 33 of the larger ones that actually attach to the back of the elevator and sort of haul it up to the top. Now that we have everything ready to go there, we're ready to build our elevator. It does have a string that attaches to the back of it, and that string sort of hoists it up, and then the string sort of gets wound up on a spool on one of the functions on the backside, which is actually like the counterweight, which sort of pulls the elevator back down. And the counterweight and the way that the elevator sort of goes up and down automatically, well, obviously you have to crank it up, and then the counterweight brings it back down. I thought that was really interesting and definitely a really cool building technique. The last bag, which is bag 15, you're going to build your entrance to the ride. The entrance has a lot of cool building techniques and little funny scenes with like sticker elements, and I really enjoyed building it because it has like the roller coaster track is the roof, and then once you clip that on, you add a little palm tree, and then hopefully everything runs smoothly. Mine didn't run smoothly right off the hop, but after a little bit of adjustments, it ran pretty smoothly, and here we go. Let's take a look at it. So I mean, overall, this thing is pretty stunning. Here's some of the accessories that it comes with: a bench, a park map, a squirrel, also a pretzel stand, hot dog stand, and balloon stand, and the minifigures that will accompany all of that stuff, and of course the minifigures that can go in the roller coaster. And you can see there's the queue right here, and you can see minifigures are sort of lining up, getting ready to board the car, and you can see the images or pictures that were taken of them just behind those minifigs. The roof of that thing is stellar, and this thing is like super tall. I think it was 93 centimeters tall, and I love the color scheme. It looks just amazing, and I'm pretty stoked on it. I love the way it operates, and it's just a fun set, that's for sure. One thing I will say though is this thing is pretty tall. It's going to be hard to display if you don't really have a city. If you're going to try and put it on a shelf, it's a little bit difficult to display, even to catch in the camera shot as well. But yeah, a lot of fun just cranking this thing here. When I do my review, I will stick a motor on there, see if we can get it motorized. That's really about it for today. Just wanted to share my building experience with you. I think it was a blast to build. I did it one day in 2 sittings, and it went by pretty quickly. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Farewell.